who it is. Like my 4-year-old knows who Michael Jordan is, and we're not even basketball people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how many people know the Mamba mentality logo? If they saw it, they wouldn't.
A lot of people.
Everybody knows the Jordan jump, man.
Yeah. Honestly, I bet you Beast Mode is probably more recognizable.
Do you think that that's because of Jordan's, whoever the fuck taught him how to do branding and advertising? You think that had a lot to do, like his marketing and clothing lines is the reason he is so memorable, because you've seen his cutout in his logo and shit since we've been kids and shit? Or do you think it was strictly his playing that makes him so iconic?
No, I would say his brand makes him more iconic.
The brand.
Playing, yeah.
Definitely.
The iconic comes from the brand. The legacy comes from the playing. Like if
I agree with that.
There you go.
He wouldn't be as big of a deal.
You're going with MJ, Megan?
No, I just mentioned him because I feel like he's always the go-to. He's been on like 50 Sports Illustrated covers. He's just the one that everybody always just jumps to because he's MJ. You know what I mean? I mean, for me, maybe there are so many. It just depends. You could go Lance Armstrong. You could go Griffey Jr. You could go what's his face from the Orioles. Number 8.
Cal Ripken.
You could go. Sorry, I don't know why I forgot that. You could go.
I think it really matters who and where you are.
Yeah, I know there's so many. Like football, like you could go. Not Steve Young, if he's not like iconic, but I like him because 49ers, whatever. But like
Joe Montana.
I think Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
He would have been if he wouldn't have got hurt. Yeah.
He was the one that Pat Tillman, maybe just because of his legacy and like you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff. Like it just depends on what sport you're thinking of. I don't think there's one icon like who's married to the Spice Girl, Beckham.
David Beckham.
David Beckham, like I'm sorry, my brain is fried. But like it just depends on the sport. I don't know.
What about you, Sarah? We'll say Kate for last.
One.
I mean, I would agree that it depends on what sport you think, because
no, it has to be like out of all sports.
Well, I mean, because for me, the first people that are going to pop into my head are going to be like the Hank Aaron's, the Mark McGuire's, the Sammy Sosa's, the Barry Bonds, or the Ken Griffey Jr.'s, or even like, as a Braves person, Chipper Jones pops into my head as somebody that you instantly think of when you think of baseball. But that's because I think baseball first. Like if you step back and you look at athletes as a whole, the first person that would pop into my head in any sport is Michael Jordan. But that goes back to the branding that went into Michael Jordan. You would think of somebody like Dennis Rodman as a character, like not necessarily greatest of all time, but that's a character that jumps out at you. Football, like, there's just so many different people you could go with. But I mean, to me, I probably think Barry Bonds whenever I really like, if you stopped right now in this moment, of course, Matt's answer of Kobe is right, because that's the entire universe for people right now. But if you were to look at me and say first athlete that pops into your head, it's probably going to be somebody like Barry Bonds for me.
Yeah,
Squints.
He's the best.
What about you, Kate?
I mean, your mind wants to go to Jordan, like everybody said, just because of the brand and everything. For me, it's a 3-way tie for me. I can't narrow it down to one, and it's all because of name recognition. It'd have to be Babe Ruth, Muhammad Ali, and Tiger Woods.
Oh, good
one. Because you could pretty much say those 3 names anywhere in the world, and people are going to know who you're talking about.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I bet you Tiger Woods, his name is up there on the fame level as Obama. Like,
yeah, I mean,
the same amount of people know that name.
Yeah, especially him being African American and Asian, and just taking the pro golf tour by storm. the way he did. I mean, the whole world knew who Tiger Woods was. The same with Babe Ruth and the same with Muhammad Ali, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a question I actually had for you guys while you were live the other night, and I posted it in private chat, but you guys were on something else. Sarah said something about, she mentioned Dennis Rodman. Has the MLB ever had a Rodman? Like somebody who was just like, who?
Lenny?
Say Puig.
Nah, Lenny Dykstra.
Yeah.
Lenny Dykstra loves eating pussy. We talks about it all the time on the Howard Stern show.
Dude, he posted the other day and said he had successfully gone 27 months without being arrested.
I QT'd him and I said 43 and a half. So
Yeah.
Like I think older MLB had a lot of very Rodman-like characters, and now we're seeing a resurgence of not like extreme characters, but we're seeing a lot of personality come back. Like, did you guys see Trevor Bauer like fake chugging the beer after he punched somebody out earlier?
That's
like
spirit animal.
We're getting characters in MLB again.
So are you saying that they hired Vince McMahon to help out with the writing process of MLB?
They may have.
I mean, Doc Ellis pitched a fucking game on LSD and admitted to it. Like, that's awesome.
They're, and like, as far as like extreme appearances and stuff like that, that's where like Puig is the first person that pops into my head. Because you don't think of Dennis Rodman and just think of him as a player. You think of the fighting, you think of the hair, you think of like.
No, when I think of Puig, I think of him rounding third base and flipping off the Indians fans that were heckling him when he was at the plate. That shit's awesome.
I just automatically picture that red mohawk licking the bat, and
he's a madman. It's awesome.
I'm going to step in real quick. We're going to take a break and listen to the Derek Relford show. We'll be right back after this. Now, since we don't have a commercial to play, and that's just for the podcast, I want you, Sarah, and Cape and Megan, to tell the people what you're doing this week on the show while I go take a piss. So tell us what Easy Out can expect this week.
Oh, this week, it's just going to be the three of us. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk about everything that's going on. Have a good time as usual. We don't have anybody coming in to interview this week.
Yeah, we're just going to kick it. I'm going to drink some beer. I'm going to talk some shit. Not anything really any different than I do any other week, but
I was going to say per usual.
Yeah.
Same old story, just not any extra people hopping in with us this week. So it'll be a good time. I mean, we're going to talk about
come Thursday, we may have some trades to talk about as well. So
yeah, we've got the trade deadline coming up. We may there's a lot of here's what it would take and people talking about who's most likely to be dealt. So we'll probably talk about a little bit of that. See what's happening there. I know there's a lot of big names coming up. They got our Twitter. Is this our Twitter? No, that's our Facebook. That's our Facebook pulled up there. So you can kind of see what we're posting. We do have the merch store live now. We'll be talking about that a little bit too. While we've got people here, we have hit over 1,000 viewers for our episode with our wonderful guest, Chelsea Ladd. We want to thank her again for coming on the show. She was awesome.
Yeah, that was killer.
Yeah, across platforms, we've hit over 1,000 viewers for that. So we want to thank everybody definitely for watching us and coming to hang out on Thursdays. We have a good time over there.
Okay.
You guys have anything you want to add to that?
My favorite day.
Now you covered that pretty well.
Do.
Go buy shirts and listen to us talk shit about baseball.
Absolutely. No, the MLB does not hire Vince McMahon.
No.
They should. Vince McMahon would be a better commissioner than Rob Manfred.
Behind the plate umpire, maybe.
Yes.
I would pay to see that actually.
There's so much shit I want to talk about on our podcast, but then I remember that we're a baseball podcast and nothing else. So
you know what? We can get off subject over there. We don't have to stay 100%.
Well, I mean, The Rock bought the XFL, which I think is fucking awesome.
I love it. I think I assumed that would go through in bankruptcy court, but it did.
Yeah.
Is it finalized?
I mean, he's not. I don't think he's the majority owner, but he is the minority owner in the deal.
No, he's in an ownership group that purchased it, which is really cool.
But they bought it for like $16 million or something.
Yeah, nothing. Can you imagine? Let's get like everybody on together.
Will they ever make their money back out of that?
I don't know. It'll take a while.
They were getting a good following though, so.
I mean, it definitely gives everybody something to watch.
He can probably pair it with his show Ballers on HBO. and get some promotion going there.
Yeah.
True that. Yeah. I love The Rock, so I condone anything he does. So
Yeah, he lives like 45 minutes from me.
I'm jealous.
Oh,
So I have a question for you guys. We were talking about independent ball the other night on you guys' podcast. What do you guys feel about, like, because I have a friend who played minor league ball, and he always talked about how he didn't make any money, and like it was kind of like the only reason he was there was because he wanted to play baseball. Like there was no financial reason to stay there. It wasn't like he had an awesome life outside of the field. Why is it, first of all, why is it that people that are playing on a competitive level that is as talented as a minor league baseball team, why are they being paid pennies? Or is it just because they haven't got into like the show yet and they're not going to make any money? Because it's not like there's a shortage of money in like big baseball. Why is it that they're playing for pennies?
because the owners are cheap bastards.
Yeah, the owners are cheap. Minor league teams don't make any money. So
That's it.
and I mean, I really
that's the short end of it. Like
Yeah.
they get screwed. Like, there's I know a guy that signed an independent contract and he's making more money than AAA guys for the Braves.
Yeah. I do feel for those guys. I wish they made more money, but also it's kind of like a rite of passage getting to the show. Like it just you either come out of high school or come out of college, and life fucking sucks for a year, 3, 2, 3, however till you make it to the show, or you don't. So
you learn to live off of $1,600 a month if you don't.
Yeah,
that's all.
And like a $20 a day per diem on the road.
Yeah. Woohoo!
You better get you a $5 footlong at lunch and eat the other half of that sumbitch for dinner.
Save that extra money.
When I toured with metal bands back in the day, that's what I did. We'd get like $10 a day per diem, so I'd get a $5 footlong and eat half of it for lunch and half of it for dinner.
You got $5 extra left over. That's a beer.
And then I'd go fleece the bartender at whatever venue we were at for free beer.
You know what? If you get away with it, like that was my favorite thing about like traveling and doing like going to shows and stuff like that. We just went and hung out with the band and drank beer with them. Like I never had to buy drinks anywhere.
Well, that was a cool thing too. I mean, I was a tour manager. I wasn't in the band, but whatever town we were going to, I mean, when it first started, it was MySpace, then like Instagram and Facebook. Like I would just find out what town we were going to be in and just start searching for people that liked our band. And then I'd hit them up and be like, yo, I'll guest list you, bring us some beer, bring liquor, like bring some weed. Like it worked every single time. So it was awesome.
You got in early on that fucking. People didn't realize what kind of a tool MySpace was. Like,
oh, dude, MySpace was.
MySpace was amazing.
It'll never happen again, but MySpace was the shit. Like,
I did so much with MySpace. Like, thank God for MySpace.
Dude, yeah, I was like MySpace famous there for a little bit. I had like 90,000 friends on MySpace. I was a little scene kid. It was awesome.
That was like I had. I don't know how many like big people I never would have met otherwise on my own.
Yeah.
Like, that was how I started getting backstage at shows. Oh, hey, MySpace. So you're coming to my town, right? Let's hang out and drink a beer. And everybody was always like, yeah, sure. That was the best thing ever.
I miss MySpace. Like, they played a song you liked when they came to your page. It felt like you had a page for people to come see. Nobody comes to your page now unless they're jerking off.
Well, and I mean, like, we were out here coding, like we knew what we were doing. Like,
yeah, bro. Oh my God, I could fancy up a fucking MySpace page like I was a goddamn computer engineer.
My MySpace, like you had the falling background, and my song wasn't even in the little player. My song played like automatically, and you couldn't turn my shit off.
Yeah,
you heard whatever I wanted you to hear.
I missed the top 8 too. So if one of your friends pissed you off, you fucking petty and take them out of your top 8.
How fucking like okay? And I remember being one of those people where like if you weren't in a friend's top 8, you would be like, oh, that fucking sucks, man. You would think about it, and then when you get in there, you're like, oh, thank God. And you're just like, man, I should probably blast myself if I care about being in somebody's top 8 favorite. But like I loved the snobbiness of MySpace. It's like, yeah, I'll be your friend, but I only have
my top.
I only have 8 really close friends, and I really don't have room for anybody else right now.
Dude, I remember I coded my page one time to where I could have like a top 40. So it's just like a section like this big with profiles on it.
I
Like a
I
top
think
15, I think.
I ended up in one of the Foo Fighters top 8s. And I wrote that shit. Like I took a picture of it and posted that everywhere. I was like, I'm Chris Shiflett's
This
top
is
friend.
random as shit. I was in Jeffree Star's top 8 at one point. Yeah. A really, really good friend of mine.
Tattoos, wasn't it?
No, a really good friend of mine was Jeffree Star's tour manager for a long
I
time.
was going to say it because he's got a lot of tattoos, so I figured he'd probably appreciate it.
No, yeah. My friend Corey Sills was
Okay.
his tour manager for a while.
That's
Corey.
cool, though. I love Jeffree Star.
I wish I was still friends with Tom.
I don't have a MySpace anymore, so.
Dude, Tom's awesome. You know, Tom like just sold MySpace. He's filthy fucking rich now and like just travels the world, takes pictures of shit.
Tom is
That's all
just
he
living
does.
his best
From
life.
this angle, he's always like,
Yeah.
doing that
The turn
shit.
back picture.
Isn't, yeah, right.
Tom was our friend, and we betrayed him.
There's a video about MySpace, and it's about Tom, and he's like at a party, and they're all like feeding him like alcohol and stuff, and like pizza, and he's like, yeah, and he goes, screw this, we're gonna have a top 8 or something. I don't know, it's like a stupid
Yeah.
video, and then all of a sudden they're trying to like make it look like how he got his profile picture, and then he's like puking in the toilet, and then he looks up and he goes, and that's like where that picture.
Yeah.
It's not where it came from, but
There's the Derek Relaford Tom pose.
Dude, I was getting so much pussy on that computer.
Dude, I remember being on MySpace though, and then do y'all remember when Facebook came out as like invite only? Like somebody had to invite you to be
You
on.
had to
Yeah.
have like a college email or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So,
had
like-
to be learned to be on Facebook.
yeah.
Yeah, so I remember getting like someone invited me and me getting Facebook, and I got on there for like 10 minutes. I was like, "Oh, that's gonna fucking fail. That will never last." And I could not have been more wrong. Might be one of my
thought Facebook
coldest
was-
takes of all time.
I mean, but I wasn't a college kid. I was like, "Hey, can I join Facebook?" And they're just like, "Do you go to university?" I'm like, "No, man, can't let you in." Like, really? Like, I have to fucking sign up for a 4-year degree to like fucking get into this goddamn social media site? And I stayed at MySpace, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm staying at Facebook's dead, and that's really the only place. That's where all my friends are. But like, I stayed at MySpace until like I was at least one of the last 15 people there. I was just like, "Come on, guys, come back."
Dude, do y'all remember when MySpace tried to have its resurgence like 6 or 7 years ago? And, like,
When Justin Timberlake bought it.
yeah, so I got on there. I was like, "Bro, this shit's cool as fuck." Like
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake,
Oh.
and you could just like type to search up music and shit. It was badass, but like nobody made a profile. I like made a profile, and like 20 other people I knew made one, and then like 3 days, and nobody was using that shit. I was like, "Well, fuck."
Did you guys get tricked into making a Google Plus account when that was supposed to be cool for 3 days?
Fuck no, I never did that
I still
one.
have a Google Plus account. My MySpace account still exists. My profile picture is me and Miles Kennedy. That's
Hold
one
on,
of
let's
my
see if I
favorite
can.
pictures ever.
Well, I can't. My MySpace, it's been.
I
gone.
had a bunch of songs that I wrote on my playlist, and they're gone. Like the songs are gone.
They lost 13 years worth of data.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, to tell you the truth. I'm really pissed. It's like, and probably a good thing. That's probably a lot of felonious shit on my MySpace. But like, I really wish I could go back to that time in my time period in my life.
Guys,
and
I think I
take a
just found my
fucking
MySpace
stroll.
page.
Does all
I
your
can show
shit
you
there?
mine.
My shit's not there when I go there.
See, my profile picture's there and my friends list is there, and then like 2 of my pictures, which really makes me mad because I can't find one of my pictures of me and Wayne Static that I really liked, and I can't find one of me and Scott Weiland that I really liked, and I'll never get those back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a picture of me and Obama on my MySpace. I don't know if it's still on there or not.
I hate when I have friends that tell me something cool like 9 days after we meet. Like, I was in a band with this guy for a year. And one day he's like, "Oh man, like that reminds me when I was drumming for Bet." And I was like, "What? He's like, "Oh, I used to be Bette Midler's drummer." And I was like, "Fuck you!" I was
Dude,
like,
yeah,
I listened to every shitty goddamn story you've had for the last year, and you had Bette Midler. You were Bette Midler's drummer in your back pocket the whole fucking time. I like didn't talk to him for a few days. I was like, "Fuck you, dude!" Like, oh, by the way, toured with Bette Midler for a summer. No big fucking deal. What up, Curtis James Christensen? What's up, buddy? What's up? So anyway, that's what's going on. Do we have anything else that we can talk about? Let me see. Sprout and Dusty's coming back this week.
Yes. Where's Sprout? We should get Sprout in here. Cape, you know who King Shifter is, right?
No,
Oh, okay. I thought you would.
I don't think so.
Should look him up.
On what, Twitter?
Twitter.
What else we got going on?
I'm gonna look for something right now. I got stuff.
Yeah, so I met Obama, but he follows Sarah and not me. It pisses me off.
I want to know why he follows random people. You're not random.
Oh, I have a perfect question.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They won't pull us down for this.
Okay, this is my other question I posed on Facebook the other day. And I told Sarah we should use it on Easy Out because I got tons of comments, and she said no.
I said save it for the off season when we don't have anything else to talk about.
But you're right. You're right. It's in your guys' world. This question probably gets asked 500 times a year. But
What's your favorite baseball movie?
Yeah, I would like to know because and then what spawned it was the other day. I watched HBO, Cinemax, all that stuff during the day while I watched, and I turned it on, and Rookie of the Year was on, and I was like, oh yeah. So I watched that and mute for while I was working. And then Bull Durham came on, and I was like, man, like for somebody who's not like a huge baseball fan, like I don't watch baseball at all, but like you involve like baseball, slow-mo shots, epic music, a love story, then fucking I'll show up and buy peanuts every goddamn time, dude. Like I love a good sports movie, but a baseball movie in general, there's just something about a baseball movie. And like Kevin Costner is kind of the king of baseball movies because Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
What was the one where he had the bat? Was that Kevin Costner where the baseball bat was struck by lightning or some shit? The tree was like struck by lightning and they made a baseball bat out of it.
That sounds like Thor.
Did you dream this up or something?
No, it's a fucking movie, I swear. Anyway, so Matt, what's your favorite baseball?
We're not.
We've got a screenplay coming.
Sounds like a good one. I'm a script writer, so let's go.
We're about to write a movie.
Go.
I've been in a few movies.
We're not talking about. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we can't talk about that right now.
Okay, so what is the greatest baseball? Well, you don't have to say the greatest.
Sandlot.
No,
I was gonna say the Sandlot's obviously mine. So
Sandlot's number 4 for me.
okay, well you can go away.
Oh shit! When I searched for baseball movie Lightning, it said The Natural. Could that be?
Oh yeah, The Natural. What the fuck? Yeah.
Jesus. Derek wasn't making a movie up. I thought he was making a movie up. That was gonna be better.
The way he described it, I think maybe.
Yeah, because I was over here going, what?
The Natural.
Yeah, that's what Matt just said.
I'm Googling it. Is there anything about a tree getting hit by lightning?
No.
I don't remember.
There's totally lightning, and there's trees, and there's baseball bats. And the kid gives him the bat, and he's like, hey, and he winks at him. He's like, this is a fucking lightning shit right here, man. It's that fucking super bat, cuz. Robert Redford.
Cuz.
If that's not in the movie, we're gonna remake it and we're gonna put it.
Listen. In 1910 Nebraska, you guys. In 1910 Nebraska, young Roy Hobbs learns to play baseball from his father, who suffers an early fatal heart attack near an oak tree. When lightning strikes that same tree and splinters it, Hobbs makes a baseball bat from the wood. Fuck you! I'm leaving. Fuck all of that.
My only question is, where the fuck did they find a tree in Nebraska?
There's not a lot of trees, oak trees in Nebraska. It seems like.
So that's
I've been in Nebraska.
Basketball.
There's not a lot of trees there.
I've been to the I've been to the University of Nebraska. It's okay.
Yeah, Major League is by far
Major
my
League
favorite.
was good.
It's my favorite.
Major League was one of the most entertaining, like repeatable.
Now, Major League 2 sucks ass. Major League 2 is horrible.
It's okay though. It's not one of the worst sequels of any movie.
No,
You really only need number 1 though.
You do, but League of Their Own, yes, of course.
yeah, League of Their Own is my number 2.
Second, and Angels in the Outfield is my third. So
That's a good one. I think Bull Durham would be my third. Sandlot would be number 4, and Moneyball would be number 5.
8 Men Out's pretty high up there for me.
Which one?
8 Men Out, or yeah.
The Rookie's in there too for me.
Days of Thunder will always be my favorite NASCAR movie, though. Can't take that.
Is there any other one besides Ricky
Talladega
Bobby?
Nights, son. Yeah, Talladega Nights.
Well, shit. Yeah, you took it from me. One sentence
My
later.
favorite quote of all time. If you're not
Will
first,
always
you're
be my
last.
second favorite.
You're not first, you're last.
Or I wake up in the morning and piss excellence.
Or mine. I don't know what to do with my hands. That's always my
Yeah.
favorite one.
I think my favorite though is when he does the Big Red commercial. If he's like, if you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. It's like, yeah, I would buy that.
Make Big Red?
Do what?
Big Red. The gum. Do they still
Yeah.
make
Yeah, they still make it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good as shit too. I love Big Red.
I used to.
Ooh, Hugo in the
They still
comments
make it
said
right there.
hardball.
Hardball.
Moneyball is good too.
Hardball.
Yeah,
Which one was
Nah.
Hardball?
R.I.P. Baby G for real. That movie made me
Yeah.
cry.
Oh yeah, that's the. Oh, I know what. Yeah, that movie.
With
That's a good
Keanu
movie.
Reeves.
Yeah.
That movie made me bawl like a baby.
Doesn't he get shot or something like that?
Yeah, the little
Jesus, I was hoping to watch it this weekend,
No
Kate.
spoilers.
watch
Hey.
it.
I've seen
Oh.
it.
The movie came out 20 fucking years ago.
Oh.
It's very
It's not
sad.
my
Yeah,
fault.
he's like, hey guys, I'm just trying to have a good day. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Street violence, not good. Never
I got
good
a new
anytime.
one. Mr. Destiny with
Destiny.
with Jim Belushi. It's kind of loosely about.
Doesn't
this.
lightning hit a tree in that movie?
What's the baseball movie with Bernie Mac? Mr. 3000? I think
Oh,
that's it.
Bernie Mac just wins. Never
Yeah.
mind. Forgot he
Bernie
did
Mac
one.
was fucking awesome.
What's
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
with Jimmy Fallon? The Red Sox.
Oh, I
Fever
love
Pitch.
chick flicks.
Yeah.
Fever Pitch.
It's
Yeah,
Fever
Fever
Pitch. There it is. That one's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I hate the girl in the movie because she's like, "You can't go to the game," and then he's like, "I missed it." And I was like, "I would never be that girl." Well, I'd be at that game.
Jerry Maguire is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Jerry Maguire is pretty good. Actually.
Have y'all ever seen the movie Draft Day? I know that's not baseball, it's football, but have you seen Draft Day?
No.
That's a fucking great movie.
We can
I
transition.
think that's also Kevin Costner.
He kind of kills it, and it's like Tin Cup's a great movie. He's
Tin
really
Cup's
worth the movie.
fantastic. Hold on, let me see.
Is
Let me see
Kevin
if-
Costner the greatest actor that ever lived? Could he be?
No.
Even he
Batman.
is though. Robin-
Christian Bell.
Robin
Christian
Hood.
Bell is the best actor.
Kevin Costner is really believable as an athlete, or at least he was in his prime.
Batman.
Oh yeah.
What was that movie where he was a runner?
He says chick flick, Jerry Maguire. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, here's another one. You watch Rudy and not cry happy tears whenever that fat fuck fucking makes that sack. You're just like, like you're just like,
Fucking Rudy.
I can't get
Rudy
enough.
himself ruined that movie for me though, because they had Rudy, the guy, come speak at Garden City Community College to give us like a pep talk, and it was like a fucking infomercial.
Man, if you try really hard
Right.
and fucking push through and face adversity and fucking eat shit and eat shit and eat shit, one day your coach is gonna fucking put you in the game for 3 seconds because everybody's gonna give him a guilt trip because fucking why wouldn't he put you in? You've been here for fucking 6 years. Like, yeah, it's like what a it's a good movie. The real story is like, dude, you
Yeah.
should probably give up. Because he didn't win anything. He got put in for one play. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like the story is like never give up because you could. Nah, you probably still won't get it, man. But it'll be, you know,
Yeah,
adversity.
it's like, was his
Character
dream
builder.
to play one play? I think maybe it was though. I
No,
think
it was his dream to run out of the field, run out with the team for his dad, which is a great movie. I'm not shitting on Rudy, but yeah, you're right. Like, I wouldn't bring the guy to a high school to fucking tell kids how to.
Well, then
Succeed
he
in life.
had a long speech about basically trying to sell that shit. He was like, I'm selling this hoodie for $85, and if you try really hard, then in life things will work out. Like, for example, for me, I now sell this hoodie for $85 that you can buy, and like that was pretty much an hour and a half of my life was Rudy
should've
from
said that.
You said that was in high school?
saying that.
What
You
now?
should have
community
been like,
college.
can we just get the actor instead? He's a lot less boring. Like, this
He
is
would
kind
have
of
cost
boring.
too much.
You
Regular
Sean Astin.
Real Rudy was probably only like $500.
Well,
I'm
okay,
not
what would
even
happen?
kidding you. I bet it was $500.
You're a kid with cancer, and they're like, "You want to meet your real Rudy or Sean Astin, what his name is?" You go with the actor, right? You're like, the real Rudy's.
I love
You
Sean
just call him Rudy and pretend.
Isn't Sean
That's
Astin a
better.
Hobbit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wear a
Yeah,
full
you
body-
could
He's
you could call Sean Astin a couple of different names.
He's
You could
in,
get, like, a
he's in
two-
the Goonies.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in the Goonies. Then he got his fucking face ripped off in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
See, I haven't watched that. He's also in.
Spoiler alert,
He's also in 50 First Dates.
That's a banging movie. I'm a rom-com guy though, so
Ken, I got a new question.
He's
What
so
is
good
the
at it.
best?
He makes a lisp up, and it's great.
What is the best romantic comedy of all time? I'm gonna go first
Oh.
because mine is with a sports movie. My favorite romantic comedy is a movie called Forget Paris. It's Billy Crystal. He plays an NBA ref.
Oh, that's a good
Hilarious
one.
fucking movie.
I've seen
You
it.
asked for it, you
I forgot
got
about
it.
See, I'm like the You've Got Mail kind of old rom-com, but 27 Dresses is actually my favorite one.
27. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
I've seen it on HBO, but it's always like halfway over. I watched Bridesmaids for the first time the other day. I didn't mind it.
That's not a rom-com.
No, I was just saying like I there's movies that are I don't see they're on like
I was going to say we're on rom-com. No, that's a good movie though, Bridesmaids. No,
I'm trying to think of
Serendipity.
rom-coms that I
Serendipity. Oh, that's a good one too.
That would be my one.
What's
like.
the-
Everything you're saying is a good one. I'm like, God, that sounds. Oh fuck no.
He's just not that into you is a good one too.
They're like kryptonite.
yeah.
10 Things I Hate About You a rom-com?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
that one. And it's really just a remake of
He's all that.
Taming of the Shrew, but like
It is low.
that's a
What
good
was
one.
that movie with Cameron Diaz and Kate Upton?
Holiday. Kate.
No,
I know what movie you're talking about.
Wait, Kate Upton.
yeah,
it's
Kate Upton, like
Cameron Diaz, and what is
Like-
that other chick's name?
Leslie Mann.
Leslie Mann, yeah.
Like
Where like Leslie
Mann's
Mann's married to the dude.
husband, yeah, her husband cheats on her with Cameron Diaz, and then they find out he's cheating on both of them with Kate Upton.
Yeah, what the fuck is the name of that movie?
I have it, and I can't remember the name of it.
The Holiday is a good one though with Cameron Diaz.
The other woman,
Yeah,
is
the
that
other
it?
woman. Yeah, it's the other woman. Mine's probably The Wedding Singer or Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Both solid films.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wedding Singer is. I'll count it.
I don't know. I think if you gave me any rom com that John Cusack was in, I would pick it.
Must Love Dogs.
That's a
Is
good one.
what is the what the High Fidelity, is that a rom-com?
If that is, I can fuck with that a little bit.
What is a rom-com? Because I would say that Bridesmaids could be a rom-com because she is trying to fucking.
I mean, it's like got to be romantic and it's like got to be funny, right?
It's supposed to
Yeah.
make
She's, like, pursuing,
Megan
like-
Stewart laugh and say,
She's pursuing like
at least
she's
5
pursuing
times.
take-home dick in that movie
Okay. Jeez.
in funny ways. I don't know. I'm just saying. I want to know what a rom-com is.
Oh, P.S. I Love You. That's a good one too.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
think it's
want a
like-
definition.
Bridesmaids for me is not a rom com because like we know that they're gonna get married. Like that's just comedy to me.
Okay.
Like Die Hard is not a rom com, right?
I was literally about to say
Nor
anything other than Die Hard. Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie.
Yeah, Die Hard is.
Anytime a
Christmas.
motherfucker pulls out a machine gun and says "ho ho ho," that's automatically a fucking Christmas movie.
Yeah.
God.
When Harry Met
The
Sally.
movie literally starts at a fucking Christmas
Yeah,
party.
that would be a rom com.
When Harry Met Sally is Sleepless in Seattle.
What's the one with Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn? I like that
The
one.
breakup.
In
Break
Seattle
up.
was-
That
My
was one of the
sister's
best
been
movies.
through
I
a
love
lot.
that movie.
Oh,
dick.
wait a second. Do you know one of my favorite movies of all time though? I don't know if y'all have seen it. It's Silver Linings Playbook.
That's
Mhm.
so good. That's not a rom com.
God.
That's a
That dance scene, dude.
Yeah, I
when
know,
they're
yeah.
showing her,
Yeah.
when they're showing her booty cheeks where she's dancing in that movie.
Dude,
That's
that
a pretty
movie
good
is
scene.
fucking phenomenal. I love that movie.
so good though. They're so good.
My Big Fat
Girl
Greek
Next
Wedding.
Girl Next Door is a good one.
Yeah. Runaway Bride.
Runaway by
I saw Girl Next Door one time, but it was on the internet. It wasn't on a movie.
It wasn't that kind
I
of movie.
hate all of this. Just keep fucking naming movies that I've been like offered to watch, and I've been like, fuck no, I don't want to watch that. Oh god, it's terrible. Maybe I should give some of these a shot, but
I went through a little phase where I was like,
40-year-old virgin.
That's
is that a rom-com?
That's a fantastic.
It's on
movie.
Vanity Fair's rom-com list.
Yeah, that's a rom-com.
No.
It's totally a rom-com. Megan, you're wrong. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why.
He finally figured out that
correct.
titties don't feel like a bag of sand. How's that not romantic and a comedy?
what about like bro comedy? Would you call that? Would it be more bro comedy? Like,
I mean, I
like
think the
Paul Rudd
quintessential-
movies.
The quintessential bro comedy
Can
has
there be
got
a bro rom-com?
Yeah.
That would
The Hangover, definitely. What would you classify like I Love You Man and
bro comedy.
It's so great.
what's that
Bro
other one?
comedy?
What's that other one that Paul Rudd is in with? Oh,
Anchorman?
no, Role Models.
Oh yeah, that one's that one's a good one too. That was a good
Sean
one.
William Scott.
Yeah. That little kid.
Dude,
That
where's
movie
my car?
was hilarious.
Dude, where's my car?
Yeah,
Sleepless in Seattle.
Knocked Up.
rom com. Yeah,
Knocked Up is a bro-com.
What about Zach and Mary Make a Porno? That was a good one.
I love
Rom-com.
that movie. What is that Infinite Playlist one?
Oh, I know what you're
Zach
talking
and
about.
Mir. No, what is it? Somebody's Infinite Playlist.
And Michael Cera's in that one too. I love Michael Cera. He's such a nerd.
Isn't that the dude from Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good movie. I like that one.
He's so funny. Who's Infinite Playlist? Oh,
Did any of y'all have Movie Pass when that was around? Do y'all know what Movie Pass?
500 Days of Summer. That's a good one.
Nick and
Yeah.
Nora.
Yeah, there.
Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. There you go.
Movie
That
Pass.
was a good movie.
Right.
Did any of y'all have Movie Pass?
What is
That's-
that?
It was $10. It's like a debit card. You got it's $10, and you could go on the app and like pay for yourself to go see one movie a day every fucking day. So like there was a period. There was like a 4-month period before they ultimately went fucking bankrupt because that's not a really good business model. That I saw a fucking movie every day. I was single, so I would get off work, I'd go to the bar, I'd get drunk, then I'd go see a movie. Not a great way to live life, but it was fun.
Wouldn't be too bad.
Breakfast Club. Pretty in Pink. Juno's a good one. Good one.
I fucking hate that movie.
Wow.
No offense. I don't know. That what's her name gets on my fucking nerves. What's her name?
I don't know.
I know who you're talking about.
What about like Where the Heart Is? The one where she had the baby in the Walmart or whatever?
I've never seen that.
It's Natalie Portman.
Wait.
Okay, new question.
I love Natalie Portman. That's Padme from Star Wars.
New
Definitely
question.
new
Oh,
question.
new question.
I want to.
Best sex scene of all time. And I don't know if this is the best, but I'm going to throw it up there because I totally quacked my duck to it all the time. Jerry Maguire, when he's banging the chick in the first of the movie. It's a good sex scene. Anyway, go ahead. Talk about it.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Him and and what's her face? Monica. It's not Monica.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox.
Yeah, there you go.
International Women's Day in Deadpool.
50 Shades of Grey.
Nope. Mm-mm.
The whole movie.
I don't know.
Late to the fucking game or what? 50 Shades of Grey came out when I was like an adult. You were an adult too?
Not only that, that's like rape and abuse. Like, come on. No. I hate that shit.
How about Brokeback Mountain?
Now that's a hell of a film.
For real, though, I'll agree. I'll agree. The
I
rape,
still
And I
think
like
the
that he
part.
spits first before he sticks it in. That's nice.
I've
still
never
think
seen
that-
it because again, it's not fucking like it's not stupid and funny. That's the only.
See, that's
Because
how
they're
I am.
homophobic.
Snakes on a Plane is a movie that I've told you guys to watch. I think at least 8 times.
I love that movie.
Like-
I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on
Yeah.
this motherfucking plane.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
TV
8
is
Mile
also
when he
awesome,
smashes
but, like,
Brittany
it's a good movie.
Murphy. And
That's a good
also whenever anybody smashes Brittany Murphy in 8 Mile is hot.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
That's gonna be hard to do.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Hugo on that one. That one.
I'll also go with Scary Movie when she's getting fucked up the wall, like by
I'm gonna go with The Notebook. That's gonna be my final answer.
Oh yes.
No, I'm going with Deadpool.
Okay, no,
National Women's
I'm
Day.
going with Notebook actually. To change my mind.
I'm going with Billy Bob Thornton and Halle Berry and Swordfish.
Oh my god!
Wait, wasn't that Monsters Ball?
What about
Monsters Ball? Yeah, Monsters Ball.
Swordfish is where you see Halle Berry's titties, though.
But
In Bad
Monsters
Santa.
Ball, when they bang in the living room, that's pretty sexual.
What about in Bad Santa?
Oh, that's sexual too. I'm not gonna shit right for a week.
She stood there going, "Fuck me, Santa! Fuck me, Santa!"
My family watches that movie together every year, like for Christmas. But like during that scene, we all know when it's coming, and everybody gets up to get a drink and shit.
How about
Because
in,
like, yeah,
how
You
about
don't
in
want to watch that scene with your parents.
it's a little awkward. Like we're
Titanic?
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
a good one. Pretty Woman's a good one too.
Oh, yep, that one. What about in Love Actually when they're faking the sex scenes and they're like the stand-ins? I kind of like.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
that one?
Dallas?
That scene, the sex scene in the cafe from When Harry Met Sally. I remembered listening to it from the other room and thinking that must be a great sex scene.
But you've never watched it in person.
Never seen the movie. I'm sure it's great
Okay,
though.
so this is going to be taken really weird. Have you guys ever seen Black Swan?
Yes, about
Yeah.
shit, who was in it?
Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
the acting that had to go into that makes me love that stuff because they that's why I could never be an actor because I just
I mean, if Natalie Portman's having sex, I'm there. So I don't give a shit what the movie is about.
I don't care about what the movie's about. It's just,
Even when she was trying to diddle young Anakin Skywalker in episode 1.
there's a subreddit called prequel memes, and like it's if you haven't been there, it's got lots of good stuff. There's actually an It's Always Sunny prequel memes where they mash up It's Always Sunny into those prequel memes. So I'll plug that too.
hey,
All right, here we go.
I'm unpredictable. It's fine.
Here we go. Best action scene in a movie. I'm going first. The gunfight in Heat. Hard to beat.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, that's my doppelganger too. Val Kilmer in Heat.
Oh, Val Kilmer. So
Action movie.
I lied. He's my favorite Batman. Val Kilmer. Sorry.
Like the big fight in 300.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
That's a good one.
Mine's probably have y'all seen Shoot 'Em Up?
Mm-hmm.
The whole end of that movie's fucking action scene's incredible when they have the shootout in the house. Dude holds the 5 bullets in his hand and sticks it in the fire and shoots that guy. It's awesome.
I feel like I'm taking the wrong angle, but like, you guys remember how you felt the first time you saw The Matrix, the first one? Like that shit was fucking game changer.
Yeah.
I'm not even a big Matrix fanboy, but like I was thinking about like an action movie that I remember being like super excited about, that and like the Jurassic Parks for sure.
Yeah.
I think like the fighting in Inglourious Bastards or the movie theater scene.
I feel like a lot of fight
Dude,
scenes
that,
post Matrix are based now off of the Matrix because you can see a lot of like the Matrix stuff like happen with them, and so it makes me happy. But any really tight hand choreography in Marvel movies, between like my favorite fight scene in any Marvel movie, and this is because I'm biased. I love Loki, obviously. Loki and Valkyrie in Ragnarok when they're fighting like really close to each other, like the tight sort of like hand choreography with each other. I love that. I love it.
Dude, and fucking in Endgame when
yeah,
that's the best action scene ever when Captain America picks up Mjolnir and starts swinging around. I'm like, oh my god, he has Thor's hand.
Yeah, well, everybody like like gets up any of the tight, but like the tight hand choreography, like
Yeah.
with each, like in any of the Marvel movies. I don't care if I hate them. I love that. I love like that stuff. Those are all I can't pick one, but like they're all my favorite.
All three of the John Wick movies as well, because all three of them are fucking gangster.
I need to see them.
Note to self: don't kill Keanu Reeves' dog, because he'll kill like 400 fucking people in revenge.
Is that how? I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah,
That's the premise of the whole
series.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll enjoy it, but like that's kind of like we don't really watch romantic comedies and shit around here because I don't know. We don't watch stuff that neither one of us will enjoy or like that one of us will just hate. So like that's why I don't get to watch the action movies I would, is because my wife wouldn't like it, so we watch stupid.
Have you ever seen the meme where it's like where it's John Wick and the dog, but it's like the family dog, dad and the family dog, and he's carrying the dog and running with the gun?
Yeah. I think which one is it? I think it's John Wick 3 where he's riding through Times Square on that horse with 2 pistols. I'm like, yo, that's one of the hardest fucking things I've ever seen in a movie. Dude, horseback in Times Square just murking motherfuckers.
Well, I don't know. So Glory is my favorite like war movie of all time. So that fight scene, like
Broderick.
Yeah, well, and Denzel I think is in it too, isn't he?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I couldn't remember who else. I just remembered it like as an IMDb page with words instead of pictures. I know other people too.
But that movie is great. Lord of the Rings has some good fight scenes too, though.
Yeah, it does.
Specifically the first one. I don't know. Whenever Legolas does all of his shit, so.
I figured out what my favorite action scene ever is in a movie. Ever. Have any of y'all seen 12 Strong? It's got Chris Hemsworth in it.
No, but if it's got Chris Hemsworth, I need to see it.
So, when after 9/11 happened, the first American insurgents in Afghanistan went in on horseback with like another like radical.
Oh, okay. I know what movie you're talking about. I wanted to see that and I never got to.
Towards the end of the movie, like when they actually get to like the scene, they all ride in on horses and just, I mean, it's fucking crazy. That's my favorite action scene ever.
Good one.
I don't want to tell too much about it because if you're going to watch it, I don't want to spoil it for you. But
yeah, I'll watch it.
What's the movie with Heath Ledger where he's like jousting and they're playing like
A Knight's Tale?
Yeah, that one. It's not my favorite action scene. I just like that whole entire movie plays like 80s ballads like the whole entire time. That's all. Yeah.
There's a that Ryan Reynolds movie, what the name of that fucking movie is? Where he's like the security guard and he's battling it out with the sniper, the hitman. Like he loses one of his biggest clients and just his whole life just goes to shit. There's some really good action scenes in that. I can't think of what the fuck
Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling?
No, it's Ryan Reynolds. I don't like Ryan Gosling. I wouldn't have watched that.
I do. I fucking love Drive. That's like one of my favorite movies.
Let me see. I'll look him up. I'll find it in a minute. Continue.
While you're thinking of that, let's go ahead and cue up Arch Nam. A buddy of mine from Wichita, Kansas, released a new video. Now, granted, if you're listening to the podcast, it's going to sound great. If you're watching the live stream, it's going to sound like poop. Because we haven't figured out how to make our like videos we play not sound like shit. But we're gonna play the whole thing. I'm gonna play like 30 seconds of it. But check him out on Facebook. He's been doing shit for a long time. I've been following his music for like at least 10 or 11 years or so. He's from Garden City, where me and Kent has. I used to live in Garden City for like 10 years.
Ooh.
And go ahead.
I got it. It was The Hitman's Bodyguard.
The Hitman's Bodyguard.
You literally said all of those words in the description.
I know.
Oh, you were trying to tell us.
It's about a hitman, and he's like a bodyguard.
Well, like, okay, what happened was Ryan Reynolds was the bodyguard, and the hitman killed one of his biggest clients. And then they turn around like a little bit later, like Ryan Reynolds' whole life went to shit after that happened because he had never lost a client before. And then he is assigned to protect the hitman that killed the client. and the hitman is Samuel L. Jackson.
I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to watch that.
It's fucking great. That movie's so good.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Here we go. Arch Nem, his latest track.
Zeta Team Records, only for the sexy and strictly for the sophisticated. Yeah.
Philosophically speaking, a different mind frame. Try to add it up and subtract when you catch a migraine. Biohazard contaminated and broken down. Detox and go through withdrawals. I think it's over now to strap up. Hit with the verse straight from the golden child. Miss all the heavenly glory blinking. It's over now, but it's that potent shit. You don't know how to cope with shit. Kick the chair from under your feet and hang from a rope and shit. Call me crazy and 80s baby. The culture raised me. Life gon' lick me. Plenty of shots of duck and the bullets grace me. Best believe that I found a glitch in.
Anyway, I'll play the whole thing on the podcast, but yeah, that's a new one from Arch Nem. I'll share it on Facebook also. Check that out. I want to talk about a couple more things before we get out of here, or at least stop recording for the night. Kansas City Chiefs banned Native American headdresses and face paint at games. That's like sort of old news. Happened the 21st, so it's like 3-day old news. My question is, how do two Braves fans take that information? Because if they're going after the Chiefs, you guys are next. You guys do the same shit.
They've been after the Chop for a long time, and
the Chop's never coming back, and I don't give a fuck either way. To be honest,
it's not coming back like the way that it was, because they were playing it like every 30 seconds. Like when you see the Chop at a Braves game, it's going to be something in a really big moment that's going to happen. Like the fans are going to do it.
Yeah, it'll happen naturally.
It won't be.
They'll never play it in the stadium again, though. Ever.
No, it won't be the same. You hear the Chop every 15 seconds thing as it was before. Like when you hear it, it'll be the real deal, and it'll be like a big thing.
So you're not bummed out at all, Kate? It was just like we're like whatever, it's fine.
No, it's go to a Braves game. It's fucking annoying. I'm trying to watch baseball. I don't want to see 60,000 drunk dumbasses waving their arm around every 10 seconds. Like, there's no reason to do the Chop in the bottom of the second with a runner on first and 2 outs. Like,
no. See, like I have always wanted to be there because I've never been to a Braves game in Atlanta, so I've never gotten to do it. But I don't want to. I don't want to go and have it shoved down my throat in the first 15 minutes that I'm in the stadium. Like, I want it to happen. Bottom of the ninth, we're down by 2. Dansby Swanson's coming up to bat with a man on.
One of the coolest recent moments they did it was when Acuna hit the grand slam against the Dodgers in the postseason. Like that was naturally the whole fucking stadium was doing it.
Yeah, see, like that's the kind of moment that I want to do it in. Like you said, I don't want to do it in the bottom of the second inning. I don't give a fuck about it then.
Plus, I usually double fisted beers at the stadium anyway, so I can't really do the Chop. But what I will say about the Braves, don't be surprised within the next 3 or 4 years if the tomahawk comes off the jersey.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Because
that's probably happening.
Which is going to be really weird for me because my Braves tattoo is the A with the tomahawk through it. So
I'm getting this line on my arm turned to a tomahawk in like 2 weeks. So whatever. We're going to ride it out.
Well, it'll be okay. That just shows how long we've been fans. Oh, I was a fan when the tomahawk was still there. I'll be 70 years old telling my kids.
I interviewed my buddy, and he's only half native, I guess.
I was there for that.
Yeah. And I asked him about it, and he was like the only one, because he said that on the res where he lives, well, he didn't live there anymore. Now he lives in Phoenix, but like the res is close to here. He grew up on the res. He says the majority of the people there that are into football are Chiefs fans. And if they're into baseball, they're like usually a Braves fan. And they actually get pumped up when a lot of these things are used because it makes them feel like their culture is being represented. Now, he can't speak for everybody, but he says that the majority of his friends that he grew up with, his age range, they wouldn't have a problem with it. Now, the thing they didn't have a problem with it, but he was just like, I mean, if the Washington Redskins changed their name, I wouldn't be sad. He's like he's like, I'm not going to like sign a petition or anything. He's like, but that's the only one that I feel is like kind of like reaching, of like, and
Well,
see,
yeah.
we do a show with Norm in the Free Zone with Norm, and he coaches for the liberal Redskins. And like, I don't know if they'll ever make a high school change it, but I mean, who knows? Maybe in 2 or 3 years, he'll be coaching for the liberals,
Yeah.
Maybe they'll just make the BJs everybody's thing.
Oh, the BJs are going to take a hit if we're changing names. Come on. Ever since I'm 6, like, we're going to a BJ's game. I'm like, blow job at 6 years old.
Like, it's, and of course the origin of the name is nothing like that, but it's probably one of the better minor league names. I don't know, the Trash Pandas. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. There's a bunch of good minor league names, and they're all ridiculous.
I mean, I live in the area of the kind of, well, they're not cool. I mean, we got the OKC Dodgers, the Wichita Wind Surge, and the Amarillo Sod Poodles are our closest minor league affiliates.
Yeah.
And that's the
Poodles.
Wichita's the Marlins, of course, OKC's the Dodgers, and then the Sod Poodles are the Padres.
Why am I not surprised? The Sod Poodles going to the Padres.
But do you know how much I would have given for the Sod Poodles to have been around a year earlier, so I could have gone and seen Tatis play as a minor leaguer? Can you?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
That's like seeing Acuna playing Gwinnett. I mean, Gwinnett's like 10 minutes from my house, so seeing him play there was just stupid. I went and saw him after he came up, got hurt, and went back there and did his rehab game. We went and watched it. Like, bro, this isn't even fair.
Well, that was like once the minor league players were allowed to go do independent ball and stuff like that. Kelby Tomlinson, who has been with the Giants and the Mariners, he's in the Rockies organization, but he's in the minors, was allowed to come back and play for the BJs. And we were just like, is this fair? Because we got like 18, 19-year-old kids, and we've got an MLB player sitting on our roster, like playing shortstop every day, which it was really cool.
I'd like to see somebody do something for shit like that. Like it's. I think it's shitty that somebody's playing a sport to that high of a caliber, and they're like, they have to choose between like Netflix or food. They're like, I want to watch fucking Stranger Things, but like, oh, I'm hungry. Yeah, like it's like it's like there should be like, I'd like to see like even with with wrestling, like these guys put their body on the line, they destroy themselves for the sport, and there's no health insurance, there's no retirement, like you just see all these places where there's obviously a thing where people are into it, and the people are just like just living shit, like I'm not saying make them millionaires, but pay them a fucking livable wage, You want
to know what these kids that are in the minors right now are thinking about buying though? Gold chains.
Lamborghinis.
They're like, I don't have the money for a gold chain. And I know this like through conversation. Like I was sitting there, the dude was like,
so you're saying that no real harm is being done here?
I mean, like they're kids, like they're.
But I mean, like you're
kids.
saying $1,600 a month. That's like what you give like an old lady, like her Social Security. Like,
I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, like a lot of them
are they housed most of the time? Because that's not.
No, but I mean, they've got.
They all get together in houses and stuff.
Rooming up together and stuff like that. Like I
I
know,
don't know, woodball, like college woodball, a lot of those kids stay with like host families.
Yeah, they get like the BJs have host families. Like I had signed up to host one if they needed somebody to do it, and they ended up having enough families already. But like those kids have somewhere to stay usually. And I know like the guys that are alternate sites are being put up in hotels right now, but I just thought it was funny because I was like having this conversation. I was like, so what do you need? Because like, are you what kind of pay are you getting right now? It's like, really want a gold chain. I was like, bro, wrong tree. Don't have that kind of money. Go hit up your brother.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So
like,
I don't know. I knew exactly who you were talking about.
Yeah, I guess I don't feel so bad anymore.
I mean, like, they need to be paid more. I absolutely 100%.
Yeah, I'm not saying millionaires. Like, I'm not saying give them millions, but like $1,600 a month just seems like pretty. And it's not like they can really work.
Well, I mean, look at a lot of them. A lot of them came straight out of high school, or they're 18 or 19. There are other options to be in college, not making any money either.
Yeah. I mean, if you would at least give them, at least give them $2,000 a month. Like, I know that's
Let me
still
ask
not
you
a
this,
lot,
though.
but
Do you feel like there's classism in baseball in the sense that you're probably not going to get on a minor league team unless you had the money to play in special leagues in the summer and stuff, to play in the select baseball and all that stuff like that? Like, to where you can get the proper training where you're dealing with people that used to either might have played a little bit of professional ball or at least played minor league ball, and they know how the game is played and stuff. Because I know that you can't just be good at baseball in some town and they're going to be like, hey, let's all train to this place. Like you have to be in these places to be seen. Do you feel like you have to have money to actually be considered unless you have extremely crazy talent?
Not all the time, but yeah.
I feel like, if you are not in a situation where you can do that, you have no choice but to play college ball, because that's the only way you're going to get seen.
Yeah.
I told y'all on the podcast the other day, my little brother's last year baseball was $10,000 for the full year.
Yeah.
I mean, between high school and travel ball.
Girls softball isn't the same, obviously, but I mean, I traveled in the summer before my senior year of high school, an hour and a half away to play with the team all summer, to only just be told that I can walk on to Oregon, so we spent a significant amount of money and you can't go anywhere past college. And that was kind of like my stopping point. And, because it's girls sports and whatever, which sucks. But I mean, not to compare sports with pageantry either. Like, I knew a lot of pageant girls also. You have to spend thousands of dollars to be Miss America. So yeah, it just depends on I think it depends on where you come from too. Because bigger high schools in bigger areas, you automatically are recognized because you're from there, and you're already good, and you don't have to spend that much money on being good. So, because
that's like I mean, even my high school I went to, my high school's won like 10 state championships in baseball in like the last 25 years. Scouts still don't come to their fucking games. Like, you've got to play travel ball. That's where scouts are at, or you got to at least. I mean, even college scouts aren't coming to high school games anymore. They're going to these high school wood bat tournaments and what's the big one that they always do? There's a big ass tournament. I can't remember the name of it. But if you're not going to those, you're not going to be seen. And that's where that might be a good topic for the podcast one day. There's a big disconnect in Major League Baseball and the youth in baseball. So
absolutely. And so that's another one of those things that'll be like an off-season topic where, we don't have other shit happening and we'll be talking about that.
I have a whole lot to say on that topic. So,
well, the show ends in 2.5 minutes. Anybody want to plug anything? This podcast will go out in a day or two. Obviously, Easy Out Podcast. Obviously, you guys got a new shirt. You guys got a couple of shirts, but you got your Don't Quit with Snit that sold a couple. Was it Don't Quit with Snit?
Never Quit with Snit is that's our biggest one right now. We love that shirt. And then we've got
the guy that made it has a huge dick.
He does. I mean, that's what I've been told.
We've got the Dan's VP shirts up over there for the Dansby fans. We've got the In Marcakis We Trust, which we're waiting on him to come back. Should be back Tuesday, I would assume.
It is Tuesday, Sarah.
Is it Tuesday? Well, now it is.
2:30 in the morning on the East Coast. So
is he playing tonight? Do we know yet?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it yet.
I hope he is. We have we're going to have some new shirts dropping soon. We've been tossing some ideas around for stuff. We just got to get in and design them and do all that. So it'll be fun.
Sarah, I'm tired. Do you want to do the back home media spiel before we get out of here?
Do I want to do the back home media spiel? I can do that. Make sure you go over to backhomemedia.com. You can find all of our shows on that website right there. You can find links to Easy Out Podcast, Growing Garden City, In the Free Zone with Norm, the Sprout and Dusty show, Kansas Missing and Unsolved, Parentless podcast is over there as well. What else do we have? Am I missing anybody? Ether. Yeah, the Ether podcast is over there. And obviously
the Elkhart Tapes, which is long overdue.
Elkhart Tapes, yes.
Sarah is doing an episode of Elkhart Tapes. Norm is doing an episode of Elkhart Tapes. James Horton is doing an episode of Elkhart Tapes. And John Herman is doing an episode of Elkhart Tapes. So it's going to be a jam-packed next couple of weeks for the Elkhart tapes, and they're all interviewing really cool people. It's going to be awesome. So looking forward to that. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Haven't been on the air in a month. I'll try to get back sooner than that. Thanks to the Easy Out crew for coming out tonight and hanging out. Check out their show Thursday night. Check out all of our shows. Take it easy or don't take it all. Tight Deer Radio Show. Laters.
Bye.
Well, I don't think and I thought it, that's different. I said what I said and I meant it, or lamented. Words given weight without thought in a person, the way that I talk and the way that I ought to be able to pause and to say that the fault can be placed on my arms. I display for the salt to disgrace in this arm. Pray for the day they could wait for the calm. You can't control the storm, only weather it, whether it's 5 weeks and 5 days of rain sideways, or scorched earth, search for death or water left